And we're back for another episode of Cats Cup Podcast. You're here with your hosts, Christian, Justin, and Cody. Cats Cup Podcast is sponsored, believe it or not. And we are sponsored by none other than Cumberland Auto Rentals.
Who's that, Christian?
Huh?
Who is that?
Cumberland Auto Rentals? It's
Yeah.
the best place on earth. Whether you are looking to rent a vehicle or are on an insurance claim or planning your next vacation, Cumberland Auto Rentals is here to help you. They are proudly serving the areas of Ewing, Pennington Gap, and Harlan. You can reach them on Facebook or call 276-861-2710. They are open Monday through Thursday, 8 to 5, and Friday from 8 to 4. So go check them out.
Sounds like an awesome group of people right there.
Yeah, great owner. Great
Who
owner.
owns it? Who owns it?
You know, sometimes it just gets lost in translation. You know, the big corporate businesses, they're just, it's just hard to get in touch with those CEOs sometimes. And owners.
Yeah.
I hear you.
I get it.
So, boys, how we feeling today?
Great, man. Voted today.
Yeah.
Had 2 big dubs yesterday. Women's and men's.
We did.
Had a big L Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, great.
You were talking and you kept pausing, so I didn't know if you were done or not.
And the Lord's always good. So, yes, I'm
That's
having
a
a
fact.
great day. Great day. Great
Blessed. Feeling
Blessed.
good. It's been a good week. Can't complain a bit. So
Good, Justin.
just like Cody voted earlier, everything's good. Enjoyed Monday a lot better than I did Saturday, but it's been a good week, man.
Yeah, I can confirm I voted for good old Mark Pope. I wrote him in.
Did anybody see the thing that somebody actually put this on the ballot? It said fire Mark Stoops. That
That's
was
not
actually-
real. That's crap.
Was it real?
No. Cody.
Who would do that?
I would have done
You need help, bro.
State senator.
You wrote him
Fire
in.
Mark Pope.
You're tired of Mark Pope?
Mark Stoops.
Whoa.
Don't
Cody.
fire the Pope. I can't fire the Pope yet.
But, speaking of Mark Pope, the Kentucky Wildcats started their season yesterday, Monday, November 4th, playing against Wright State at good old Rupp Arena. You trying to count the days?
Yeah, great dub. 103 to 62. It's Wright State. Doesn't really matter. Win's a win. I would take it away. Go. Well, is everybody laughing at me already? We just started.
You said it don't matter.
It don't matter. Dubs. a dub.
Basketball season is
You
back.
sh-
Opening
you sh-
day always
You
matters.
should know better. Your quarterback, Jason. That's a W. Let's go get one, and we got one. That's exactly what happened.
Yeah,
You should know that your quarterback eats well.
yeah, he eats
Doesn't
W's.
eat, he doesn't eat. He's ate 1 W so far.
Out of 2 games.
So that's what I'm saying. That's what I was saying. He ate 1
You're
W.
over here trying to throw shade, and we're trying to talk
I
about
ain't
the
throwing
Cats.
no shade.
Cody, you were trying, and you
I
root
ain't
for the
throwing
worst.
no
In the last 4
shade.
years, your team's been the worst in the NFL.
Okay,
Made
I'm sorry.
The second worst trade in NFL history.
I can't help that we have a bad owner. I can't help that. What do you
Okay,
want me
back
do?
to the Cats. Justin, what did you see on Monday? Like, what's one thing that really stood out to you for the Cats?
It's hard to say just one thing, but I would say we already knew, like, with their style of offense, we're going to be shooting a lot of threes, and the accuracy is just incredible. And their offensive scheme's great, but what stood out to me the most was their defense. Their defense is legit, and and I know your top defenders on the team, Butler and Amari Williams. I know these guys aren't going to be the most productive shooters on the offensive end of the floor. But defensively, I thought they were fantastic. I think Butler and was it Owe? I think each had 3 steals apiece. So, they're just great defenders. You could just tell that Coach Post's got this team at a place already, going into the season. And I know it's Wright State. I know it's a, weaker competition. I get all that. But it's almost as if he's already got them ready to play for the name on the uniform. That's the sense that you get. It's not, we're not we hope we can send these guys the NBA and stuff, and I'm sure there's going to be several that will. But the fact is, you could just tell it's all heart. And to me, that stood out. That stood out the most as far as that goes. But it was a great win, fun game to watch. I mean,
Oh yeah,
very entertaining. I mean, they just shoot the lights out, and the way they shoot the ball, it is going to be very hard to beat this team. I think the two main concerns I have that we're going to struggle with teams is where Amari Williams is our only interior player, really. I know we have more, but you know what I'm saying? Like your anchor down low.
yeah.
If you get to some of these teams that are going to be aggressive underneath, I think they may pose some of our guys some challenge. And then there are going to be some teams we face that's going to have a lot better perimeter defense, and that's going to really be interesting to see how we cope with that. But overall, I think we're in for an amazing season. Kentucky basketball is back for sure, and I'm just super excited for the season. It's gonna be good.
For sure, for sure. Dude, I loved the transition offense.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it was so beautiful.
Yeah.
I feel like we don't see a lot of transition. We've not seen a lot of transition offense the past couple of years with Calipari. I feel like defensively right now, I feel like we're in a really good spot, especially Lamont Butler, dude. That guy is don't let the ball come outside of your body because you're not gonna have it very much longer if Lamont Butler's on you. That guy is insane. Otega always he does a great job on defense too. And I mean, like we've talked about this before. Mark Pope went out and got Otega Oweh, who won Big 12 Defense Player of the Year. He got Mari Williams, whatever conference that place is, whatever conference,
Wherever Drexler's at.
Whatever Drexler is, I ain't sure. Some USA marketing or whatever. I don't know.
Marketing USA defensive team.
I don't know. He won Defense Player of the Year in his conference. So his team's, I mean, we've got a lot of length. We've got good size in our guard positions, and and they all can shoot. Is one of the great things about it. Every one of them can play defense and they can shoot.
Mm.
But we still got a long way to go. Good win, 103-62. Great win against a pretty decent team in Wright State. So we gotta keep going. We got one more game after this, and then we got a big challenge ahead of us against number 7 Duke. So we'll see what we're really made out of. But Duke struggled though. They struggled their first game. They struggled a little bit. They let whoever they were Maine. Were they playing Maine?
I think
they let them play with them for a while. Then they just kind of went out on top and won a pretty good. But
dude, Kobe Bryant coming off the bench. Oh, that's gonna kill teams. Coming off the bench being like just a dead eye shooter. I mean, bro, he came on with it. Like some of them step back threes he hit, insane.
Oh, dude, that bench coming out like Kerr Kriisa, Kobe Bryant, Brandon Garrison, and Almanor. Them four are dangerous coming off the court, and that's something that I like to see is having another string come out. It's like that year we had the blue lineup and then the white lineup, whatever we called it. I forget what that was called, the platoon or whatever, blue platoon, white platoon. It kind of gives you that vibe a little bit, and it's that's what makes us so dangerous is that we got weapons starting out, and then we put weapons right back in, and there's no stop in the offense. So and Kerr Kriisa, dude, a baller.
That no look pass.
Oh,
he cut look.
I think Kobe Bryant was shocked that he passed it. I mean, he had a wide open layup,
dude,
but that right defender went a little bit, and he drilled it. So great pass. So, but we share the ball a lot too. That's another thing I really like. We're sharing the ball a ton.
Yeah,
and I feel like Calipari era, we're just trying to. If you're open, you go or if you think you're open. Shoot it. Don't matter. Don't pass it. And you don't win basketball games like that.
Yeah. A couple other things too, which Garrison, there were times last night that he tried to do too much by himself when he got the ball, and that was kind of out of character. You could see like there were times Chandler made some kind of youth mistakes, but we have such a level of maturity on this team that where we're at now, we're used to it with Cal's teams and stuff. We wouldn't be even near this place halfway through the season. and these boys are already here because you've got a roster full of juniors and seniors, and just not a lot of true freshmen playing. I think that is also a huge difference. People that's bought into that system and really just enjoy it. And I think the more that they go, I think this will help even Coach Post recruiting for future classes, just to see how this team functions as a unit and where they're going in their success. And even though we play Duke next week, it's so early in the season, we're not going to really see like what this team is fully capable of until we get to conference play and prepare for the tournament, but you can't really judge how they're going to be based off the third game of the season being Duke. I do think it's a good game, and I definitely think it's a winnable game for sure. But another thing stood out to me too is Amari Williams at the top of the key. He could get to the rack. I mean, he has enough. He's a tough defender, tough rebounder, but he has enough agility that he can get to the rim, and I also think that's impressive. Carr at the 4 stretches the offense out tremendously. Like having a 7-footer that can shoot threes at the 4, dude, man, this is a really tough team, and most excited I've been about Kentucky basketball probably since the 2015 season. Really,
yeah.
I mean,
he looks like one of them my players off 2K. Like the way dude, he is jacked. Like he looks like a true center, and the way he can, bro, he has like some handles to him.
Exactly,
Kind of shocked me.
I think that he's gonna have to pick up the tempo a little bit. I think he kind of gets down the court a little bit too slow. And I watching the game last night, the announcers kind of pointed that out too. He's like, at Drexel, you don't have to be in a really fast paced offense, so you can just get down the court and you're there, and it don't take you long to get down there. But like the way Kentucky's playing right now, you've got to be down the court. Like we're running down the court without you, or you're gonna be with you. So. And that's, again, it's exciting to see an offense that is anxious to get down the court and score and not wait on the defense to get down there.
And then in them like set plays, bro, the spacing, and there's people moving and cutting
constantly.
And it's, nobody's sitting there at the top of the key dribbling for like 10 seconds.
Yeah,
and
it's not one-on-one basketball in the half court the whole time. You've got 4 people moving about all the time, and that also wears out your defenders and stuff too. I mean, it just wears them out over the course of the game. So if teams aren't in shape enough to handle that, I mean, that's where your transitional offense is going to be super key, because it's just going to wear people out, and we're not really going to be wore out because we're just too deep. The roster's just deep, and the saying goes, you live by the 3, you die by the 3.
Yeah.
But when you've got 9 people that can shoot, I mean, that you can just put in there and shoot, somebody's going to be on. I mean, what do you do with that as a defensive team? Like, how do you even prepare for that? Because, everybody's going to have to be clicking on defense to even halfway try to contain people. And I mean, that's what makes them so dangerous offensively.
And the offense, like the starting 5, like even just speaking of that, I think that the way they have that starting 5 set up is perfect, because I mean, you've got a very high IQ point guard in Lamont Butler.
I will say he like his couple attempts dunking, though, it kind of reminded of me, like trying to dunk. That's all I just want, I just want to leave that there, like just lay it up, man.
Yeah, it's just there trying to dunk. But at the 2 guard, you got Jackson Robinson, dude. He is so smooth with the ball, and he's like, I mean, at any point he can just pull up and hit a dagger on you. And then at the 3, you got Otega Owe, lockdown defender. His offensive bag shocked me. I ain't gonna lie, because his, like, coming into UK, like you heard, like he was really good at defense, but his offensive game isn't up to par with his defense. Like, he's not bad, but his defense
improved in the offseason.
No doubt. And then you got
21 points. He's scoring 15 plus points a game so far. I mean, even in the exhibition games.
Yeah,
he's
killing it. Yeah, he's playing good. And then you got Carr at the 4. And, I kind of see what they're going with Carr at the 4, because, I mean, he can shoot. I think he could be a liability down the stretch. I don't know much yet, because, I mean, we're just like 2 exhibition games and one actual game. But, I mean, he could space the floor.
I think what's going to be really tough is when you get in those nail biters, those
Yeah.
games to close off, is free throws.
Mhm.
I could see Amari really struggling at the line at the end of the game. Whereas Carr, if he's got the ball, I feel like that he would be more subject
Yeah.
to seal games at the line. And so that's going to be real interesting to see, like at the close of games, because you need your anchor down low for defense and rebounding. But on the offensive end, it's probably going to have to be one of those things where you sub in and out because he could be a free throw liability at the end of games. I could see that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like last night. Andrew Carr was 4 for 4, and Amari Williams was 2 for 6 from the free throw line.
Yeah.
He
So-
he looks
which
like
we
he just,
shot-
like throws it at it.
It does. Well, I mean, we shot 73.7% from the free throw line. That's okay.
Yeah.
Which Andrew Carr was perfect from the free throw line. Otega Owe, he was basically perfect all game besides that one missed jumper. Lamont Butler was 2 for 3, and Brandon Garrison and Colin Chandler, they were 2 for 2. So Amari Williams is gonna have to work on that free throw shot a lot. Because I feel like especially when we get in the conference play, we're gonna get into those tough games, and which I mean, if you get into that situation, if I'm Pope, I'm gonna take Amari out and put Garrison in if he's a better free throw shooter. You know what I'm saying?
I think I would put Carr at the 5. I mean,
Yeah.
Or yeah,
I think I'd put Carr at the 5 and just if
put
you're going
Almanor in
offensive
there
and
or
just
Kobe
and just
Brea.
yeah, just have just stretch it out, offensively that and just sub in and out with Amari in and out with somebody.
And that's the beauty of having depth in your lineup. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Butler, you could almost see a little bit of Gary Payton type player with Butler. Just his defense, his IQ and ability to move the ball. I don't think like outside shooting he's going to be as effective as the other guards. But overall, he's a phenomenal player and he's a proven winner. I mean, he's been successful in the tournament past couple of years. So that leadership is going to be if you want a team to really succeed at the end of the year, you've got to have a true leader. I feel like, in my opinion, Butler's that dude. Like he's a true leader.
Yeah, for sure. And you said he reminds you of Gary Payton. He kind of reminds me of another Kentucky Wildcat, Rajon Rondo.
I knew he's going there.
Dude, he does like the way he's built. He kind of like if he just threw on a headband, he would look just like him out there, man. Just like his style of play.
I don't think he's as good of a shooter as Rondo was.
Well, Rondo wasn't a killer from outside.
I disagree with that, Cody. I think
Rondo wasn't that good of a shooter.
He wasn't that good of a shooter, but Butler's a better defender than Rondo.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I mean, my goodness, he's probably one of the best defensive point guards I've seen. Period.
Yeah, he's
like for Kentucky. I mean, he's
locked down, bro. It's insane.
He's so smart though. Like I don't think he's had a penalty while stealing the ball or penalty. Listen to me,
5 yard flag on
15-yard penalty still.
First down.
I agree with that. I think why is my camera okay? But go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead. I interrupted.
No, but yeah, Butler. I think he's gonna be a stud like down the stretch. I mean, he's been deep in the tournament, and like you said earlier, Justin, like this team looks like it's already kind of meshed. Like it usually takes us like 5 to 6 weeks, even into the season, to start looking like we're kind of meshing, and then like Cal would always say, wait for March. This team's built for March.
Yeah. It kills the excuses of wait till March and, it's just going to take some time. Just be patient, everybody. Be patient. No, this dude's a coach. I mean, that's the difference. I mean, we ain't just recruiting talent. We've got an actual coach here, that's coaching these guys up and has laid out a vision, and every single player has bought in that vision with no ego whatsoever, and that's impressive, beyond impressive. So yeah, I'm definitely on the Pope train. Going to stay on it through thick and through thin, through wins and losses. Because I mean, to me, I know you can't judge a whole team by just one game in the season, but you can just see clearly like this team is just a well-rounded team. And if they play anybody that has this, and you've seen this with Wright State, and again, I know Wright State's going to probably be one of the more weaker competition we face this year. But anybody that has a style of offense where you have 3-point shooters, a European style of offense, they're not going to outplay and beat Kentucky. I don't care who it is in Division I. There's nobody that's going to do it better than what they do with this style, just because of the perimeter defenders and the perimeter shooting that we have.
Well, like you're talking about Coach Pope a little bit. There was a little thing where they were driving with Pope before the game, driving to the game, and this guy's talking about like having trainers for the frontal cortex of your brain and everything like that. And I'm like, I don't even think Calipari knew that was a thing. Like, this guy is getting stuff for like I bet he's got trainers for every part of the body, like the knee, the calves, biceps. I mean, he's probably got just individual people. No, but he's a really good coach. So, I mean, like I said, it's Wright State. I mean, it's not like we beat Duke 103-62, or it's like Arkansas 103-62. But we beat Wright State like we should have beat Wright State. We didn't only win by like 10 or 20 points. We blew Wright State out. I feel like I think like we got to rebound a little bit better. I felt like we didn't rebound as well besides Amari Williams. I feel like he was about the only one down there rebounding half the time.
Yeah.
But I mean, we shot the ball well. We defensively at top of the key and around the 3-point line, we were really good. But I mean, like I said, it's the beginning of the year. We got a lot to work on. This team's just going to get better and better and better. And excited to see where we end up in March and, in tournament, or not tournament play, but conference play. So,
yeah. I can't wait for that Duke game. You said that a little bit earlier, Cody. I can't wait for that Duke game.
You want to go?
Where's it at?
It's Atlanta.
We'll see.
We're not going.
I mean, it's on a Tuesday. Like, if it was like on a Saturday or something.
I would be down for that if that was a Saturday game.
What game we gonna go to, boys? We need to get a Cats Cut game.
We can talk about that off the air.
Yeah,
we'll get that. We'll get that all set up. But yeah, that Duke game, I feel like that's gonna kind of give you kind of like a meter on where the team's actually at. Like going into down the stretch. Even if we lose, if it's close, I think that gives you like a little, like a little nudge. Like, okay, this team's a little bit further than we thought. And then, because I mean, they do have probably the best player in college basketball, Cooper Flagg.
I was about to mention that. Who do you think on our team is going to stay on Cooper Flagg most of the game?
Oweh.
You think? I think you might be a little too small. Cooper Flagg's long, lengthy. I know. Oweh
6'7", ain't he?
No, he's like
not.
6'4", 6'3", 6'4". Oweh's not that tall. He's not. I promise.
It probably also just depends what position Cooper's playing.
6'4".
Is he a 4 or what position is he playing?
Cooper Flagg?
Yep.
He's a DW. He's a dangerous weapon.
Yeah. He's a guard. A 6'9" guard. Yeah, I don't think we need to be putting a 6'4" guard on a 6'9" guard. I ain't gonna lie to you. I get that the length difference. I get that, but I feel like maybe put what's his name?
Robinson?
Gosh. No, he's shorter than Oweh.
6'6".
Who?
Robinson 6'6".
Oh, Robinson. I thought you were talking about Butler. I was like,
no, he's
Butler
6'2".
on him. Robinson could probably do it. I could see putting Robinson on him. That or putting Andrew Carr on him for a little bit. But I don't think Andrew Carr is athletic enough and keep up with him.
I think Robinson would be your main defender, but then you've got Amari and Andrew Carr on help side.
Yeah.
So I mean that's going to be your best situation. Throw a 7-footer out at him if he drives the paint, but then have Robinson put pressure on him out on the perimeter. That would just be my opinion, but I don't know. I guess we'll see when we get there. But
it's kind of cool having 2 7-footers in the paint, though.
Yeah.
I mean, they're both right at it. I mean, they're not actual 7-footers, but they're right at it, so you can kind of claim it.
Yeah.
But it's cool to see 2 guys down there that are that size, because I feel like the last few years we've had like a decently sized center and then like a smaller power forward.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that goes back to having a deep bench. You know, you got one basically 7-footer on the floor, and then you take him out and you put another one back in there.
Brandon Garrison didn't.
Brandon
impress.
Garrison has a lot to work on. He's got a lot of potential. Mark Pope says he's going to be a very exciting player to watch.
But he's also still younger compared to the rest of the team.
Yeah, Amari Williams is fifth year. I'm pretty sure, is he not? Yeah. So he's got a lot of experience up his belt. But I know he doesn't have a lot of SEC experience and a lot of like big Duke or Ohio State, North Carolina type in him. But we'll see what everybody's made of. I'm telling you, when we get to Duke, and if we somehow beat Duke, like we just handled Duke like with no problem, that's going to tell you what kind of team we are. If we lose Duke close, team, I'm not worried at all. I won't be worried. But if we get killed by Duke, I'll be a little worried.
I will say I don't think there's any chance in the world we're getting killed by Duke.
Yeah, I don't think we'll get killed.
If anything, I think our maturity. I'm going to say Kentucky's going to win that game.
I do too.
I think we'll beat them, and the reason we'll beat them is because of maturity. I think Cooper is a dangerous player, but one player, and I know they have more than one good player. Don't get me wrong, but one star is not going to beat Kentucky this year. I think the level of maturity, the seasoned juniors and seniors you have are the ones that succeed in March, and they're the ones that can handle the pressure of games like that. But even if we do lose, I as a Kentucky fan, you can't be going like, well, why do we hire Coach Pope? What are we doing? I can't stand that stuff because of base it off one game. Like we win and we're going to win the championship, and we lose and we're ready to fire somebody. It's going to have to stop. We're going to have to stop doing that. It's the third game of the season. If we play Duke like in February among the conference games, I feel like that would show a whole lot more than right now. I mean, I know it's going to be a meter for like where we stand right now, but that don't define anything come February and March, so that's just my opinion.
I do agree that I think we do beat Duke. I think that the experience that we've got and the, like you said, maturity and the way we share the ball and how everybody is getting involved on the court, I think you probably will beat Duke maybe by 10 points. I think that, I think Cooper Flagg, you're going to get him a little, where he's like, oh, God, I can't score easy. You maybe get a little worried, flustered, not sure what to do.
Another point, too, is being able to know who he's guarding and see if you can get him in foul trouble. Yeah. The way we spread the floor and stuff like that, I think that's also an important factor of wearing him down or – getting him in foul trouble, which I don't know. He could be in the best shape for Duke. Who knows? But the way that they move, they're going to wear star players out if they have to guard. If they are forced to guard, that's going to wear them out for the offensive end of the floor. And I think they'll do that, but they're just going to have to attack that, And again, I know Duke's bigger than Cooper Flagg, but we also know he's the best player in this year.
Well, he's already projected to. Well, he was projected last year to go number one, and then
obviously
back in the summer, Team USA. He played on. I don't know how they do the tiers on that, but I mean, he was giving Anthony Davis buckets. He was giving LeBron buckets. He was giving Team USA the gold Olympic team winners buckets. So exactly. He's a good player.
Yeah.
Okay, Cody.
Okay, I'm just gonna put this out in there. Justin, I don't know if you'd want to do this or not. Christian, you may not want to do it. I may be the only one that will probably do it. A live reaction to the Duke game.
Where we just sit on the couch.
No, we're just like this right here. But we're all.
I feel like we could get a better reaction.
Are you talking about immediately following the game?
Yeah. No, I'm talking about during the game. Like we all just
like a watch party.
Yeah, like a watch party.
I would be down if we could all do it in person.
Blake's. I know he's not here to do that, but
we can talk about this.
We
can
can talk about
have
that
some.
after, but talking about Duke, I think we got a little bit of a harder game a couple weeks after Duke. Gonzaga. Gonzaga.
Okay. Well,
Gonzaga.
buddy, I think we got us a hard opponent in March, buddy. SEC game.
Arkansas.
I'm gonna get about 5 weeks into the year.
Gonzaga.
Fred.
Did any one of you watch that Baylor game? Them two.
I didn't
Did you
watch it, but I seen the score, and that was just like
Good. Either Baylor
They-
sucks
I don't think
or
it's that
Gonzaga's
Baylor
really
suck.
good.
Gonzaga's good.
I think
they're
Gonzaga's really good,
They're
man.
good. Now, do we play them in like Seattle? Isn't it like Seattle or something? Don't we play them there?
Yeah.
Basically at Gonzaga, basically.
Yeah.
probably.
No, wait, no, they beat us at Rupp last year. Never mind.
Yeah, I think next year they
they're-
come
they're-
back.
They're 2-0 on us right now.
Yeah, we're back in Washington this year.
Yeah, and then it was like a 3-year thing.
But
right?
like, I don't even think we're playing at
I think it
Gonzaga.
was 6 year, and it just rotates back and forth every year.
three piece. I like that. I like
I
that.
think
I'm excited for the Indiana series to come back.
That's gonna be
Kentucky
nice.
versus Indiana.
I wish we did that in football.
They kill us.
I know they kill us, but it'd be cool to have like a rivalry. Like
I think it'd be cooler to have like North Carolina or Duke in football. Have that real little rivalry every year, or Kansas. Have Kansas.
You're just one of the easy team we can beat.
Duke ain't no like they're not. They're pretty good. I mean, they're
Yeah,
not
but
too
you know-
bad.
I mean, Indiana's a Big Ten team. I mean, they're not.
Yeah.
They're the second best conference in the nation in
Yeah.
football. So I mean, Signetti's got that program rocking in Indiana.
I'm only saying that just because it'd be like or huge rivals in basketball.
Well,
Let's make it a huge rivalry in football. Blue
it's
Bloods
gonna
are
be
Blue Bloods.
even a bigger rivalry when we steal Signetti. He's gonna beat the. That's what I want. We couldn't get him. We'd have to pay him way more than we pay him Mark Pope right now to get him. But
We want John. No, I'm just checking. Y'all
but-
ain't got faith in John. I got faith in him.
Hey, I got faith in John. I just
All right, let's
know,
just go ahead and
Signetti-
say this. It's unlikely that we're going to lose Stoops at the end of the year unless he just decides himself to walk off. But I just don't think it's going to happen. We're going to talk about football here in a little bit, so we're going to save that for football, but we'll get back on the basketball track.
All right, moving forward to football. No,
All right, we're on football. Let's talk
no.
about it.
that was a
but yeah.
perfect transition there,
Yeah,
and you just
No,
blew it.
Sorry.
No, I'm excited for this basketball team. Bucknell on Friday. People listening on the big one. You guys probably already saw the score, and hopefully it's a W. But we'll recap that
Yep.
next week.
As the Duke game is that same day, I'm pretty sure we're going
Ooh.
live. So we're get to do a little,
Well, we
do
could
a little
do.
bit, little live. Well, the
What
game's at
time is
9
that
o'clock.
game?
It's at 9 o'clock.
Oh,
It's a late game.
Justin will be in bed.
Yeah.
I'm too old for that.
Yeah, Justin goes to bed at 7:30.
I
Well,
do have a birthday
it gets
tomorrow.
dark. Oh yeah, tomorrow's Justin's birthday.
Yeah, Justin,
Yeah.
happy
Happy
birthday
birthday
to you.
And
Many more.
Did you forget the song?
no, I just didn't want to sing it all.
Well, I appreciate
too many,
that.
Too
Thank
many
you.
long,
Happy
it's
birthday,
too many
happy
long
birthday.
words, and I could just sing it to you tomorrow.
Yeah, we'll be in Christian. We'll send you both videos of us singing happy
Yeah.
birthday.
Hey, that sounds
Oh,
awesome.
we got us a comment. Or a review. I think
about
we're
the Duke
gonna
game?
we're gonna just talk about it as the game goes on. But I think if we do that, we'll already do like another episode, just kind of recapping the game maybe. But we may just do a watch party where we're all together.
Yeah.
And just do that.
We'll make this a reel on TikTok and everything. We'll have a little voting thing on Twitter. Who would you like to see us do a watch party on the Duke game next week on Tuesday at 9 o'clock? Who all would like to see us
Party
do a
at
little watch
Justin's.
party? Party at Justin's.
Party.
Sounds
at
good.
Justin's.
I'll bring the water.
Oh, Justin said sounds good. It's
okay,
happening.
okay. We're going to Justin's. to watch
Justin,
Kentucky
all we
and
ask
Duke.
is you make the cookies. The cookies.
We might could do this. We'll talk about it after the show.
Yeah, we'll get our riders and all that stuff.
All right.
Your people call my people.
Yeah, we'll get it all legalized. Cody's But yeah, moving forward to football. Last Saturday,
Whoa.
what? Do you want to say something else?
We had 2 big wins in basketball yesterday. We're just going to skip
Oh yeah,
over
Cody,
the-
recap us the women's basketball.
I'll recap it. I think it's important. I think they're going to do better than the men's. I've been saying that. But
I agree. I
Dude,
think
okay.
Kelly Brooks is going to have a dog season.
well, I didn't get to watch all the game. I kind of watched some of the highlights. The Lady Cats won 98-43 against South Carolina Upstate. Looked really good defensively. Could get a little bit better. Shooting the three could get a lot better. We didn't shoot the three very well, but first game the Lady Cats have had, didn't have any exhibition games or anything. I got no film or anything like that, so it was their first game to almost score 100 points. That's very impressive. I don't think Kentucky's women's teams have done that in a very, very long time. Amelia Hassett, she had 14 points. She was 4 from 7 from the 3-point line. Claire Strack, wow, she did really good. She had 22 points. She was 7 for 11. Had, I think, 11 rebounds, maybe 12 rebounds. She did really good for her to be a center. And this team is really, really good. Not like I said, we need to work on shooting the three, but in the paint. And honestly, like Kentucky, they're very good on transition. Our guards are really good, like Georgia Moore, Lexi Blue, Tiona Key. They're really good at getting on the court and getting to the basket. So those are some really good positive things about that. But we just got to get a little bit better shooting a three. They've got one more game, and I'm pretty sure they play number 17 Louisville in 2. They play them in 2 weeks. They've got number 17 Louisville at home, so that's going to be a really good test for them. Again, there's really a lot of excitement to be with the women's team and the men's team, but I really do think the women's team is going to go a long way, more than people think they will. But they've got a really, really hard SEC schedule when you got to play number 24 Alabama, number 10 Oklahoma, number 20 Ole Miss, number 4 Texas, number 7 LSU. They got to play Tennessee's women's team, and then they got number 1 South Carolina, obviously, on that schedule. So they've got a rough year, but all those games are towards the end. They've got a pretty decently easy SEC schedule to start out with. But I've got a lot of confidence in them. They may not win the SEC. They may get second. They may get third in the SEC. I'm not seeing Texas's girls play. Obviously, everybody knows how good South Carolina's girls are. But, again, a lot to be excited about with the women's team, and that's all I got to say about that. So
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
But moving on to
The
football.
volleyball,
The Cats went down to Neyland last Saturday night.
we got to talk about this.
Yeah, we do. Honestly, Cody, you should be happy
we did
compared to what your score
okay.
prediction was.
We did good. Okay?
You were talking we weren't going to score
I
anything.
know, but they
and
didn't.
we were up for a good portion of that game.
And let me say this: I've talked to a couple Tennessee fans actually today, and they're like, "Cause I told them I thought they'd dog stomp us," and they were like, "It was a close game, wasn't it? It was a little bit better than what you thought." I was like, "Yeah, you all played bad."
Our defense played good though.
They did play good, but I mean, Tennessee, like, for some reason, they didn't play Dylan Sampson half the time. I don't know why they didn't play him half the time. Probably for a good reason. That probably helped us out a lot because he's just he's insane. But
well, I think that they were going with more of their. I can't think of the running back's name. He's a little bit bigger than Sampson.
he is. He's
and
a
he
lot
can
more
get
bulkier.
those. Yeah,
He
can
get those 3 to 4 yard gains that you want.
Yeah, up the gut and in when you're like cutting through the line instead of those outside runs.
Yeah, but for us being hurt and having so many players out,
Look good.
I'm okay with it. We look good. We look
Yeah.
really good. We kind of showed up. I feel like if we had our team together, I feel like if we had Maxwell and JJ and all that, I feel like it would have been a little bit closer, maybe a 3-point game.
One thing I can take from that game, Wilcox is going to be a dog. Like that one just
Better
kind of
hope we
solidified
keep
it.
him. Better hope we keep
I
him.
think he'll be back. He'll be our starter next year.
I could see that.
Him and Patterson being the duo backs.
And you got Demario Davis coming in next year. Nobody's saying how good he's going to be.
Davis?
Is that his name? Did I say that wrong?
No, it's Marquise Davis. Demario Davis
Marquise
is that
Davis.
linebacker. It's been in the NFL for 40 years.
We're getting
We'll
him. That's
take him.
okay. Yeah, what the?
Yeah, we'll take it. We need a leader on defense. He's still got a year of eligibility left.
That's
He's
I'm
got
talking
that
about
COVID
linebackers.
year.
We lose both our linebackers next year.
Yeah, we
rough.
do.
Well, one of them didn't play. I didn't know he was hurt. Derek Jackson.
Yeah, he was out.
Anybody know why he was out? I
can't
never
remember.
really looked at the injury report. I should have looked at it, but I just saying that we had so and so out. But overall, kind of. I'm not. I'm upset, but I'm not as upset as I probably would have been if we got beat 66-0.
Yeah.
Well, it's not
Um,
like legitimately think Kentucky's going to win in Neyland.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
the fact that we made a very competitive game out of it and led from really the majority of the game, is impressive in spite of what you said, the injuries. I will say, we've got a lot of friends that are Tennessee fans, but I'm just going to say, dude, I've never seen a fan base boo people for injuries.
Yeah, and chant horrible things.
Yeah,
I'm just like, that's just so like, I mean, I can understand like if we were like faking injuries every play, but like, it's just
like some of them were actually hurt.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like Barryon was actually down. I think it was Ribka at the goal line.
Yeah, he had come out for a little while there because of his ankle.
Yeah.
But if we'd put forth that effort that we did at UT, because in spite of all the injuries and stuff, limping our way through that game and the effort we put forth, if we'd have been playing like that the past 3 games, we would be having a different discussion about UK football right now. But where was the effort at the past like 3 games?
Well,
seriously,
we went away from on
just
offense.
frustrating.
We were going more like the past few games. We've been going like 5 wide trips on one side, having a guy in motion. This past one we were going more 12-man, and
Yeah.
that means you got like 2 tight ends out there, an extra guy to help block. And then you wouldn't have these deep route concepts like where you're having to stand in the pocket 10 seconds for a play to get kind of developed. And they were doing more quick stuff. And then the second drive, Caddis wide open, easy touchdown. So,
Yeah, where's that offensive play calling been?
and we utilized the tight ends.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Well, that's one thing Kentucky's offense has never done is utilize the tight ends. Now, I will say our tight ends aren't meant. They're more meant for blocking. I will admit that, but they also can go out and catch the ball, guys. We've got especially number 15. Can't remember his name. Mari Anderson. He's not a blocking tight end. He is a tight end. You have to get out in the flat, and he's going to catch the ball and going to make a play for you. That's like Michael Skinner coming in.
Mm-hmm.
He is going to not be a blocker, but he is going to be a guy that you could maybe put out at wide receiver to go make plays for you. But I just have such a bad feeling that we're going to use him as a blocking tight end, and it's going to ruin him. That's what we've done but a lot of our tight ends, when we're utilizing them, they do just fine. Like Jordan Dingle and Josh Caddis do a great job catching the ball and getting upfield, get you a couple extra yards. And they also do. I will admit, I think Jordan Dingle is a really good blocker. Not so much Josh Caddis. I think he does good at times. I think he kind of gets confused a little bit watching him because it confuses me. But I don't know why we don't utilize our tight ends more. I think like we get more yardage when we're doing the little short plays, like when we're out in the flat, like we get so many yards right there. But I think we talked about it like 2 episodes ago. We cannot 2 episodes ago, and like Christopher Cox just said, Willie Rodriguez can do both.
Yeah.
He can block and get you yards outside in the flat. Why are we not? Okay, for one, why are we not using Willie Rodriguez? I get that you're trying to redshirt him and get him another year.
Mm-hmm.
There is no reason that young man should not be playing football. That guy is an unreal athlete that should be on the field almost every single drive. He is that good at the tight end position. I get that you've got Jordan Dingle and Josh Caddis. Yeah, they've been there a while. They know the offense. Well, they don't know the offense. We've had 15 offense coordinators in the last 4 years. But, I mean, you got to play athletes, man. Like, where has Jamari Macklin been the past 3-4 weeks?
Up.
Yeah, I mean, he should be getting more catches than that. Yeah, I know Dane Key's been balling. I know Barryon, you've got to get him some looks. But gosh, man, Jamari Macklin's probably our best route runner we got.
Yeah.
And I mean, if I go back and look at tapes for anybody, he's probably open 70% of the time. He's probably open, and he's probably got a lane. But when we want to look at Dane Key, we want to look at Barryon Brown.
Yeah,
that's only two things we get, and that's on your quarterback. That's not your offense coordinator. That's your quarterback's fault.
Yeah, but I mean, some of these play designs, it's like you just got to go to this guy. Like it's a one-read play sometimes, and a lot of these deep plays. I mean, a lot of these deep concepts that Bush Hampton is running. It's a lot of these like what is Boise State? What are they in?
The Big Mountain West.
Yeah, okay. So this offense is made for that type of conference. There's a reason Missouri didn't keep him a few years ago, and he had to go back to Boise State. And like this offense, it's like it works on depending on what type of defense where the defense is running. But I mean, if you're it's so easy to read what we're running. So defense find our cues and they just attack the gaps right, drop players into coverage, and like it just makes it harder for Brock or whoever's trying to actually throw the ball. It just makes it a little bit harder for them, and it's just with this offensive line, you got to do quick stuff. You got to get the ball out quick. You got to get an extra blocker in there, find a guy in the flat, just short dink and dime plays, because that's what the Patriots won Super Bowls off of, was dink and dime plays and play action.
I think one thing that we need is we can come talk about the Mark Stoops thing again. I think the best thing for Kentucky, and if we end up getting a new head coach, I think you need to find a offensive-minded head coach. I think now I will say this: I think the reason that we've been so good on defense since Mark Stoops has been here, Mark Stoops is a defensive-minded head coach.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
I think it's time to find a head coach that has got more of an offensive mind, because I think Brad White does a good job. I mean, if he does it himself, I think he does a phenomenal job. But so I think if Mark Stoops, says that, I think it's time for me to either like walk away or go to another school. I think you need to find an option to where like this guy's got a good offensive mindset. We need to get him in here, and we need him to revamp our offense and get us a good coordinator. And I think that's something that's going to benefit Kentucky a lot and change the offense up a lot. And I think, everybody's scared that the recruiting is going to change. I think if you get a more offensive-minded guy, I think you're going to get no, I don't think – I think Urban Meyer is going to be done coaching. I don't mind – honestly, I don't mind that.
No.
Urban Meyer is a – sure. But
I would. There's a few guys I wouldn't mind having if Stoops was to walk away.
Yeah.
My favorite is Cignetti, Kirk Cignetti at Indiana. I mean,
he's an offensive-minded guy,
and he's awesome. I like Ryan Day.
I don't see Ohio State firing Ryan Day.
Oh boy, if they don't win a Natty, he's gone.
Really? Is that?
Yeah.
I don't like Ohio State.
He's not beaten Michigan in 4 years. They've got the most expensive roster in college football this year. This is a make or break year for Ryan Day. If he doesn't win that, I think he's gone. I think they cane him.
I'm confused on why Penn State hasn't fired James Franklin yet. He can't beat Ohio.
He must have some dirt.
I don't know what in the world. I mean, they should have beat Ohio State. He can't beat Ohio State. He has trouble beating Michigan. I'll be honest with you, the only reason that they are a top 5 team is because they have played nobody. They haven't played nobody. And the only team they play good is Ohio State. I will be honest.
They got right down to the goal line late in the game and threw 4 passes at like the 3-yard line.
Like, why are you not running the ball? Like, you've got a good back to run the ball. Run the ball.
Wildcat.
Yeah, do something different.
Get 10 guys out there. Just make a U.
If you've thrown the ball twice and it's not worked, run the ball one time. See what that does. You might have gotten the end zone. I just cannot believe that they've not fired James Franklin yet. Yeah, I know that you get to recruits and everything like that, but.
Bush said, "Who won? This is where I get my political views." Right now, Mark Pope just took Kentucky. Mark Stoops looks like he is winning. Looks like he's winning in Iowa or Florida State.
Yeah, Florida, Tallahassee area.
Yeah, it looks like that's where Stoops is winning.
There's another. There's one. John Summerall. Oh,
yeah, he's moving his way on up in Kentucky too.
Like Kentucky. I think Kentucky's a little bit. Looks like Louisiana's big for him right now. Right there in that Louisiana area. The Troy area is looking good too. I think there's a little bit of a Indiana area. There's a little Indiana spot right there. You see that little Indiana area?
Mm-hmm.
That's weird.
Yeah.
Wonder who that could be.
Kirk. It just I ain't gonna lie. It just looks like when I see his name, it looks like spaghetti.
Kirk Spaghetti.
Yep.
Let's go hire Spaghetti.
So
24.
Justin, what's some takes you got on Kentucky football? Like, what do you want to see over these next few games? I mean, this upcoming week is a bye week, and then we got Murray State at home. The next one's at Texas, and then we're back to finish the season versus Louisville.
I would like to see our team go to church, be prayed over, and receive healing of every single injury that's on this roster.
I like it.
That's what I want to see.
Justin is not being forced to be here, by the way. I promise.
But yeah, I agree.
But no, I just
No,
man,
I like that though. I think if you have a head coach that is, with the Lord and, is also pushing his players to grow in the Lord and all that stuff, I think that's a huge positive, man. I feel like at your team, like self-esteem just goes up. Like, and I feel like you connect on a better level like that. I feel like, again, I feel like Pope is trying to do that, I feel like Pope is somewhat trying to do that.
That's right. Okay, so Christopher said Army is still undefeated. I think that every like military team that plays football, I think they should be the best in the nation.
Navy has fell apart. Air Force has fell apart. But Army's not going to be undefeated very long. They got one game there at the end of the year and one really stinking good head coach that's probably going to beat them. You want to know who that is?
Who?
The Tulane Green Wave. John Summerall's gonna come. Army's gonna come into Louisiana, and they're gonna be like, "What is this place that we're in? We're about to get smoked. We're gonna get smoked," and they're gonna get beat 40-0. I'm telling you, Tulane's a good football team. And I didn't realize that Army and Navy were in the same conference as Tulane. That don't make no sense, but. I feel like Army. I feel like Army, Navy, and Air Force should be in their own league.
yeah.
Whoever's the best wins the
call
conference.
it the national or what is it? That should be Conference USA. That's what Conference USA should be. It's just Army, Navy, who else? Air Force. They should add some
Butler,
West Point,
Gonzaga.
West Point should be in there.
Kentucky,
I don't even know if they have a football
Texas.
team.
I feel like they're their own country. But Texas,
but yeah,
Alaska, Hawaii.
One thing before we start wrapping up this episode, I think we'll see over the next few weeks. I think we'll see if Brock will actually stay. I think that he has to have something that he can build off of going into next year to see if he can stay, depending on how serious that injury is. Over these next 3 weeks, I think that's going to play a big part on his decision to stay at Kentucky or not. So,
it's a good idea. We got a quarterback coming in next year. I think is going to turn some heads.
Stone Saunders.
I do think if he stays committed, I think he would be a huge piece. Yeah. Unless what's his name steps up big, we may get to see him a little bit in the Murray State game.
Bo Allen.
No.
Cutter Boley.
The Cutter Boley. I think Cutter Boley might get a lot of snaps, especially if Brock's hurt. I'm not heard anything on him lately.
I'm not a huge guy on Wimsatt.
I'm not either. He can make you plays every so often. Mm-hmm. I think he needs to be put at running back. I'm not gonna lie. I think he needs to play running back. But, I mean, everybody knows what's going to happen when he gets in the game anyways because we do a terrible job of disguising it. But it's
just a wildcat plays all day.
Exactly. And so it's kind of hard to use him. But it's a little bit harder to use him than what we thought. But we didn't read that.
Yeah, no, I was just letting Justin see it.
I see it. I see it in the comments. We're good.
Okay.
Thought about blinking twice, but
but moving forward into something.
Bush,
Justin,
I'm here to talk about basketball, so that's what I've been here
he's
for.
a beanie.
We've been through that, so
yeah. Bush, if you want to go back and then share the basketball part, we talked a lot about men's and women's basketball. You're really gonna like it.
We're getting into Justin's season here.
Yeah, and Justin.
Yeah, we're getting into another subject Justin likes to talk about, and that's our Bible verse.
Woo!
I'll start this one off. I've got Luke 22, 26. But among you it will be different. Those who are the greatest among you should take their lowest rank, and the leader should be like a servant. So that's a lot about leadership. I'm just kind of basing that one off of everything that's going on today, because today is election day. So yeah, just and then it goes on. It says the disciples began to ask others which then would ever do such things. And then it says, then they began to argue amongst themselves about who would be the greatest among them. Jesus told them, in the world, the kings and the great men lord it over the people, yet they are called friends of the people. So, yeah, just kind of basing that off of what's going on today.
Good work.
And even though America is voting on the next president, at the end of the day, God is still in control. No matter who is the next president, God is still sitting up there on his throne. He has all the power, all the glory, and all the mercy for this world, and this country. So at the end of the day, God's still in control.
Love it. 100% agree. My verse has something to do with that too. It's Deuteronomy 31:8. The Lord himself goes before you and will be with you. He will never leave you nor forsake you. Do not be afraid. Do not be discouraged. Christian took half the words out of my mouth, so I can't really talk about that much. But it doesn't matter. Like at the end of the day, it doesn't matter if Trump wins. It doesn't matter if Kamala Harris wins. Like Christian said, the Lord, he's almighty. He's there's nothing that he does wrong. He's perfect. He's the lion and the lamb. He's outright, like I said, perfect. And I always lean and trust on him. I don't lean on politics. I don't lean on, anything else, but I always lean on the Lord because, he's the one, like he's all, like the verse says, he's always there. He's always listening to you. He's always listening to your prayers, and he's going to be there. He's going to be by your side through anything that you do. You may do things that disappoints him, we all sin. We do things that, we know the Lord does not obviously love us that we do, but he still, at the end of the day, he still loves us. He still would do anything for us. Like Jesus, he died on the cross for our sins. He died for everything that the people have done and what we're doing now and what we're going to continue to do. And we always just have to be and trust in him and lean on him for everything in every situation and everything we even think of. We need to lean on the Lord because the Lord is just great.
Man, good stuff, Cody. Great stuff.
Thank you.
All right, Justin, cook us all.
This verse is going to be for Kentucky fans and for us spiritually as well. Philippians chapter 3, verse 13. Forget those things which are behind and press toward the mark of the prize, the high calling which is in Christ Jesus. For a Kentucky fan base, I know we refer back to the years before this at basketball of Coach Cal years and stuff. You can think of good times, you can think of bad times, but forget what's behind. We've got a better season ahead.
Oh,
we want to press toward the mark of the prize, another high calling. And from a spiritual perspective, though, you may feel like you've made some mistakes, messed up things in your past tend to haunt you and stuff. But I just want to encourage you that in Christ, the Bible says he casts our sins as far as the east is from the west. It's as though in his eyes that when he forgives them, it's no longer existent. And I just want to encourage you guys to not be captivated by mistakes and things that you've done, because your failures, mistakes, that's not your identity. That's not who you are. When you surrender your life to Jesus and give your life fully to him, he forgives you and gives you a new beginning. So I want to encourage you to press forward, pick yourself up, dust yourself off, and keep moving forward.
Great stuff.
I love it, Justin.
Y'all killed it. Y'all killed it.
You killed it, Christian. I
don't know about that.
We all killed it.
All right.
We all killed it. Yeah.
But thank you guys for tuning in. Go subscribe. Go follow us on all social media platforms.
Go get some Cats Cut merch. We got some sick merch. If you follow us, it's in our bio. You go follow it. And and these pretty little things right here are great. State line code.
Yep. But go check them out. But also, while you're at it, go rate us 5 stars on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Go follow us on all social media platforms. And as always, Go Cats.
Go kitty cats.
Go Cats.
Oh.